This is the story of a man who fought a battle of life and death for more than 400 days in the world's largest and most ruthless ocean, the Pacific Ocean. He made a world record and returned alive after 14 months, but what happened as soon as he came back that he had to go to jail? Know the whole story in this video. People start sweating on hearing the name of Pacific Ocean. See, there is 71% of water in the whole world, which is divided into 4 oceans, whose names are Atlantic, Pacific, Indian, and Arctic. The largest ocean is the Pacific Ocean. It is so big that the part of the land which makes up 165 million square kilometers, this ocean alone can cover 148 million square kilometers. There are only a few islands in this ocean which are very small, and some are such islands on which no human has been able to go till date. Now, if by mistake any person gets lost in the Pacific Ocean, then it is almost impossible to find him. The name of the person who survived for 14 months in the Pacific Ocean was Josh Salvador Alvarenga. This person had a small 7-foot boat on which he even lay straight could not go, and this man remained alive on this boat for more than 1 year. He also fought the cruelty of the sea and also made a world record which no other person has been able to break till date. Josh was only compelled by his fate that he got stuck in this terrible trouble. This is the story of 2012. There was a 36-year-old experienced fisherman who lived in Costa Azul, a village in Mexico. On November 17, 2012, Josh and one of his friends went out for fishing together on their 7-foot small boat like every day. They could not go far and catch fish on this boat because the boat was very small. It had only 1 engine and 1 fridge, so they could catch only a few fishes here. Both decided to come back in 30 hours. Both of them set out and were laying their net in the sea 120 kilometers away from the shore of Mexico, when suddenly they saw a dangerous sea storm coming towards them. To save time, they left the net there and drove the boat at full speed. For 6 hours continuously, they were just 20 kilometers away from the shore. When the engine of the boat suddenly broke down, they could see the shore and their village too. The storm had left them far behind. They had a radio through which they sent their location to their boss and started waiting for a reply. Their luck was so bad that the battery of the radio also died. On one side they were looking at the shore, and on the other side they were looking at the storm which was coming towards them with such intensity that it seemed as if they would get out alive. The intensity of the winds along with the storm was so strong that their boat started moving away from the shore. In a short while the shore also disappeared from the scene and strong waves started pulling them to the other side. When the message reached their boss, it was too late. The boss sent a search team to find them, but with every passing moment Josh's boat kept moving farther and farther away. Due to the storm, these people were neither able to see anything nor understand where they were and which side the shore was. The surprising thing is that in just 5 days their boat had reached 450 kilometers away from the shore. Due to being a small boat, it was even more difficult to find them. Neither did they have a flare gun, nor did they have anything to light a fire so that they could signal someone with the smoke. Both of them started thinking that it would be difficult to survive now. Food had finished 2 days ago. They did not have any equipment to catch fish because they had already left their nets. Both were starving when suddenly a bird came and sat on their boat. Both of them looked at each other and immediately attacked the bird but could not catch it. Both knew that the bird might come again. After a while another bird came. This time both of them planned to catch it in many ways, and finally they succeeded. In this way, both of them made their living from the birds coming to the boat to satiate their hunger. Drinking salty water from the sea can cause death to a person. Due to this, they started storing rainwater in a plastic bottle, drinking which they used to stay alive, but when it did not rain, they used to fish and turtles to quench their thirst. And they used to drink the blood of turtles and fish, but that too only when they were able to catch them. Days passed and then months. The mental torture that these two were going through is very difficult for us to even imagine. Finally, Josh's partner could not bear this torture, and after 4 months, he committed suicide, and now Josh was alone on the boat and there was water all around him. Seeing this, he did not see any hope of life left. But fed up with his situation, he started living his life somehow. If seen in the maps, according to an estimate, Josh was present in this part of the Pacific Ocean, which is considered to be the quietest part of the world because only cargo ships pass through here. It had been more than 6 months since they left the coast of Mexico, and during this time Josh had also lost his partner. Due to this, he had become very frustrated. One day, Josh sees a cargo ship in the distant sea. This was the first ship he had seen in the last 6 months, and on seeing this scene, the hope of staying alive came back in him again. Josh saw a cargo ship. He tried to point towards the ship in every possible way, but unfortunately the ship was so far away that he could not see Josh, and soon the ship also started disappearing from Josh's sight, and he started thinking that maybe death is written in my fate. Friends, just think, for 6 months you are stuck in such a place in the world where you cannot see another human being, and if after a long time you see someone but he cannot see you and passes by, then how would you feel? After 11 months, Josh had traveled 8,000 kilometers on this small boat. His clothes were also torn, and he was left with only an undervest to protect himself from sunlight. Finally, that moment came when luck was kind to Josh. Finally, after 439 days, on January 30th, 2014, he saw coconuts floating around him and some birds were also hovering around. Seeing this, he understood that there must be an island nearby. Then he could see an island far away. It took him about half a day to reach that island. When he reached near that island, he jumped from the boat and started swimming towards the island, and finally, after spending months, he reached a solid land. Actually, this island is called Ebon Atani, which is the smallest island in the world. It was a miracle of God that the direction of the winds turned his boat in such a way that his boat took him towards a small island. If he could not reach this island by mistake, or if the direction of the winds would have been a little different, then he would never have reached the island, and then if he had survived, then perhaps he would have been able to see the island of Philippines 5,000 kilometers away. But Josh was lucky that he reached Ebon Atani Island. This proved to be a boon for him, as if he had got a new life after escaping from the jaws of death. After surveying the area a little, he saw a house. After some time, a person came out of that house. After spending about 14 months in the sea, he was seeing a living person for the first time. Seeing this, tears came to his eyes. Shortly after knowing his story, the local police reached there. Josh told his entire journey to the police. He told everything, but there was no one to believe him. How can someone survive in a small boat for 438 days, that too without eating? He called his boss to prove his words. He used to send him for fishing. His boss also confirmed that Josh used to work for me and he was lost in the sea a year ago. Now because he had reached another country, that too without a visa, so after doing legal proceedings for a few days, he was sent back to Mexico. But this journey was not over yet. The family of his friend who had died halfway filed a case in the name of Josh, saying that Josh must have killed and eaten his friend. After a few days of legal proceedings, Josh was released. A few days after that, he published a book 438 Days in which he wrote his entire story. Knowingly or unknowingly, while saving his life, he made such a world record that no one would dare to break it. Josh's story inspires us in such a way that life, no matter how many problems come, there is definitely a solution to every problem. Thank you for watching the video till the end. See you with the next video.